responsibility of being a parent. And for those of us who have children, we understand that. When you bring life into the world and there's this little human and you now are responsible for everything. You've got to keep that child safe. You've got to keep that child warm. You've got to keep the child fed. And you've got to make sure that child grows and becomes a young adult. And that whole time, you just carry this incredible amount of anxiety and am I doing the right thing? It's tough. It is tough stuff. And we know there's great parts of parenting. The rewards are endless. But that responsibility is real, which is why when I think of parents who have adopted children and think of the added responsibilities that they have and the added challenges that they have, I have so much respect for what adoptive parents do. And when they adopt a child out of foster care, wow, you are an angel. You are amazing. And thank goodness there are people like that are willing to do that and help these children who need everything. Because whatever happened in their lives, they need to be saved from. And that's why the first time I heard the story of Orrin and Orson West, a 3 and a 4-year-old. Look at these oh goodness, look at these little guys. Are you kidding me? 3 and 4 years old, and there was a story that they were missing. So I said, of course we have to cover this story. Brothers, 3 and 4, both missing. We need to find them and bring them home. Let's cover that story. And we did, and we have been covering that story. And it was one of our unsolved cases here on Closing Arguments. You know, one of the stories that we do again and again and again, looking for tips, looking for clues, looking for answers. Well, tonight, according to the district attorney in Kern County, California, that case has been solved. And it's not what you want to hear tonight. It's not what I wanted to hear. Because the people responsible for the disappearance of those 2 angels were the 2 people who were supposed to save them. Mom and Dad. The adoptive mother and father. Those 2 little guys were having a rough life. They were in foster care. And then 2 people said, yes, we'll take those children. We'll take care of them. We'll bring them into our family. And now tonight, it's a completely different story. Because Trezell West and Jacqueline West, Mom and Dad, are charged with murder. Here's the district attorney.
I have information about Orrin and Orson West, the 2 young boys who were reported missing from California City 14 months ago. On December 21st of 2020, Orrin was 4 years old and Orson was 3 years old. Their adoptive parents in California City, Trezell West and Jacqueline West, reported to the California City Police Department that the boys had disappeared from their backyard. The California City Police Department began a search for the boys in the area around their home. After a period of time, the FBI joined in the search, as did the California Highway Patrol and search and rescue from the Kern County Sheriff's Department. The community also came out to assist in looking for the boys, but to no avail. They were not located. 1 week later, crucial information came to light that necessitated the involvement of the Bakersfield Police Department and the Kern County District Attorney's Office. Law enforcement worked diligently, hundreds of hours in the next 12 months, looking for the boys. This morning, I'm saddened to announce that the investigation has revealed that Orrin and Orson West are deceased. The investigation has also revealed that they died 3 months before their adoptive parents reported them missing. However, I am pleased to announce that this week, the Kern County Grand Jury indicted Trezell and Jacqueline West, the adopted parents, for the murder of Orrin and Orson West. The indictment charges 5 counts. The first count is murder. Charges them both with murder, with the victim being Orrin West. The second count charges murder, with the victim being Orson West. The third count charges felony child abuse against the person of Orrin West. The fourth count charges child abuse against the person of Orson West. And the fifth count charges false report of an emergency. Naturally, the first 2 counts carry the most time in state prison, murder. It is charged as murder in the second degree. That carries 15 years to life, but with 2 victims, the potential penalty, or the maximum possible penalty, if convicted, is 30 years to life for each defendant, Trezell and Jacqueline West.
Trezell and Jacqueline were indicted and arrested, and since the DA publicly announced that Orrin and Orson are dead.
Eyewitness News reporter David Kaplan joining us live in studio now after speaking with Charles Pettis and his lawyer today. David?
Dave Rochelle, the attorney for the biological father of the boys, tells me Orrin and Orson were originally given to a foster family that the biological parents and boys liked. He says the boys were happy and healthy. Then he says Child Protective Services moved them to Trezell and Jacqueline West. Charles Pettis, father of 4-year-old Orrin, birth name Sincere, and 3-year-old Orson, birth name Classic, reacting to the boys' adoptive parents, Trezell and Jacqueline West, being arrested and indicted this week.
The good thing about the situation that's going on right now, of how, they got caught and everything, and we starting to find, more information about the boys, and anything else, I keep it positive, stay with my family.
The family says the information that surfaced from the district attorney this week is what they suspected all along. They appreciate all the support from the people of Bakersfield and California City.
To all the people that helped me out, I want to thank them all, and, prayers and everything.
Pettis' attorney Antonio Castillo says what happens in the case of the district attorney's office against Trezell and Jacqueline West has major implications to Pettis' lawsuit against Kern County.
It's significant, obviously, because throughout the criminal prosecution and that process, evidence is going to come into court and is going to come into play that is going to show what it is that the Wests did.
Pettis is suing Kern County for Child Protective Services wrongfully removing the boys out of his home and putting them in the home of Trezell and Jacqueline. When Sincere Orrin was 3 months old, he fractured his femur. His parents took him to the hospital. The authorities were notified. They found no sign of abuse. Castillo says after Classic, Orson, was born, CPS removed both boys from their parents 11 days after Classic was born.
It just doesn't make sense why the 2 boys were taken away, and then still 2 of their children, their siblings, were still left in the household. Either a house is unsafe or it's not. Either parents are unfit or they're not. You just don't take 2 away. It doesn't make any sense.
If you could look Classic and Sincere in the face right now, and if you could see them, father to 2 sons, would you tell them right now?
wish it would never happen to him. And I never turned my back on him. I miss him.
Castillo says immediately after the boys were given to Trezell and Jacqueline, it was obvious to their biological family that they were losing weight. They looked unkempt, not happy, and unclean. In studio, David Kaplan, Eyewitness News.